Nuestro colegio salesiano tiene como uno de sus fines primordiales ayudar a los niños y jóvenes a construir un conocimiento significativo de la realidad para poder transformarla humanamente. En su intención misma, la educación salesiana tiene como objetivo preparar para la vida. No se trata, entonces, de impartir simplemente una instrucción o de acumular conocimientos o habilidades por más cualificadas que sean, sino de ofrecer una formación integral de la persona y de la comunidad.
One of the ways I can find in terms of making my classes and what I'm teaching relevant to students, it is being contextualized at the very beginning of the class, like the way they are, because classes, they vary. Every class is a unique experience, so I need to be like really contextualized in terms of heading the class into the way they want to be taught. So one of the very first things that I do is like getting contextualized in their mood, in the way they want to learn, and I can speak the language, because one thing is what I got prepared and I need to adapt what I got prepared into their language. So we can go actually beyond, and we can have a positive backlash and different kind of outcomes that are going to be really useful for studying and evaluate the results in terms of having a better class even more and more every single day.
Well, the way I carry out my classroom practices is I try to, focus everything in terms of text based on critical literacy by having students discussing different topics, different issues like inequity, of races, maybe, their perception of the world, because we need to go beyond the topic in order to reach those deep part of the students' hearts that will make them transform the world. So I try to focus every text that has meaningful content in terms of the way human beings should behave. I try to go beyond and create debates and discussions about those topics.
This video describes how multimodalities and digital literacies work. As you can see here, there are two images which represent how we communicated decades ago and how we do to date. With the new technologies advanced, information passed from a monomodal text to a multimodal text, as stated by the CREST 2003. This digital generation is characterized by making meaning from a semiotic view of communication. CREST 2001. It is the different elements that combine convey a meaning. As you can see in the image on the left, it is a traditional text whose base units represent linguistic, visual, and spatial elements that help make meaning. However, the image on the right represents a different approach to meaning, since electronic devices and virtual platforms are offering learners new ways to convey meanings. In this image, main concepts or keywords are highlighted with avoid grammatical complexity, Higgins 2004, and provide the reader with more friendly visual aids that help interpreting the message. In terms of digital literacies, we need to recognize that current learners are visual authentic. They use non-textual ways to connect and organize ideas. And this includes maps, comics, cartoons, timelines. As you can see, for example, here, colors make the complexity easier to handle. Through these different tools, we can get messages across in less time. And through digital settings, it's addressed to different audiences. However, scholars as Raskoff 2013 argues that this new process of communication is a narrative collapse, since learners at school can no longer follow a linear argument. But I strongly believe that learners don't need to meet in person to share ideas and convey messages. Instead, the increasing of multimodal resources are the core a constellation of literacy practices by Constance Stakeler 2010. These evidences show how digital settings have allowed learners to not only make meaning but also to produce knowledge and share it through different language ecologies, as Mora 2014 states. So we are not destroying narratives, we are remixing it. Another 2008. We can observe how we pass through the reproduction of straight lines in printed texts to the production of creative and original knowledge in an online world of opportunities. This is the reason why we as teachers need to meet the current learner society needs, interests, and expectations by including digital literacies in our teaching practices.